This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast. Roll down. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast. Roll down. Had this on lock since day one. All I care about is family in my day one.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's edition of Grown Talk with Goddess. Yay! I have my special guest here, Jeff.
What's up, everybody? I swear to God I wasn't going to do this shit.
Listen, last minute my cousin flaked on me, but ain't that what family do?
He had other things he had to do.
All good. I just want to let everybody know that this topic, I'm afraid. I'm afraid it's going to make me look racist, and I'm really hoping not. Like, we kept talking about it before we started. I'm really not, trying to look racist. So I apologize in advance if there's some things that I say that offend anybody. Please make sure you chat live with us, talk with us a little bit about some of the feelings and thoughts that we're going to be discussing.
You can tell her how racist she is. Your fucking views suck.
Listen.
Just like 30%.
Exactly.
Listen.
It's not that bad.
It's outside. It's important in the psychology field, I guess, in some aspect, but it's very outside of what it is that I'm going to be doing professionally.
Okay.
When it comes down to racism and a lot of stuff that's going on now in the world, Kanye losing his fucking mind, cops killing people left and right and pulling people, like those discussions I kind of push to the side and let more of more serious, person discuss. So this is a little off my element, but we're going to have, I guess, some fun with it tonight.
Of course.
Okay.
So you leave it to me. I'll turn anything sexual. I don't care.
Well, I have a little bit of a sexual thought.
You have experience in this, and the great thing is, especially your field, and we always talk about, especially on your show, that puts you ahead of a lot of other individuals there. The things you speak about firsthand. Yeah. And unfortunately, there's a lot of other people that they're going off of books. Right. Or what someone is telling them they should do or they should say. So, I would rather take advice from someone that actually has experienced it.
Listen, that's one of the main reasons why I got into psychology in the beginning. Like everybody kept telling me, you done been through so much shit, Kara, you need to write a book. I can't put everything in a book, but I will definitely every single week bring you the truth and it's coming from the heart every single week. And it's my own honest views and opinions on things.
I guess you failed the biology portion of that show. You was like...
I had to figure out.
That right there.
37 years old, left and right. I still got to be able to
Really?
do it. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They tell me to turn right when I'm driving. I go left. I have a problem. I got to remind myself this is left. So... All right.
We're going to get Kay some tattoos or something.
Listen, something.
I need some implants. You say left, it twitches. She know to do
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Okay.
Electronic devices or something.
Like, damn.
All right. So, this week, I didn't do my thank you. Thank you so much, Truth.
Always.
Thank you to my fans and my viewers. I appreciate you guys always. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you ain't have any comments on the thing that was deleted, or?
You know what? I had mad comments. There was a guy on
Pull it up. Let's go.
They deleted
the whole thing. They deleted the whole thing.
It's gone.
Oh,
this week's show, we're talking about interracial dating. Okay. And if a couple of you saw a post that I had posted on my Facebook page. They actually ended up deleting it off my page and taking 2 of my pages down because of it. It was a white girl, and she was sitting beside her black boyfriend. And she was basically going in, talking about...
She was going in. She was definitely going in.
Black women would much rather spend money on $300 on getting their hair done as opposed to their phone bill, and that's the reason why their shit stays off all the time.
But it's the fucking truth. This is the thing, like...
That's not true.
No, I seen chicks with $500 shit on their head, but they ain't eating 2 days.
Okay, so
And it's not just black. I'm saying that's why I said women in general.
okay.
But it does happen a lot in
You scared me.
the urban areas.
I was about to say.
No, it does happen in the urban areas. We see you. All you gotta do is walk to your nearest hair store. You see a chick that you know. She probably
You not make yourself
get
look
money
any
to
good.
infuse, but she ain't eat. You know what I mean? Kids ain't taken care of, but that head is done.
But is that, see, here's the deal. Is that an issue of it being an urban thing or the issue of it being a black woman thing? Or a minority or woman of color, whatever the hell y'all want
Well,
to
you
go
don't
with
see
that.
a lot of
You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay, no, we see a bunch of white women doing crystal meth.
But the white women we compare
But we-
to are the rich ones, not the
my
fucking
God.
trailer park trash
It
ones.
don't matter.
That do everything
Okay.
but the hair stuff.
And you got beautiful Demi Lovato over there doing crystal meth.
Oh, that bitch
Who said she
smoking up.
beautiful?
Oh, she's beautiful. She got a nice body.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, she can't write a song unless she high. So what the fuck? She gotta do it, nigga.
Like,
She need her
it's like
career. That's
you
what
kiss
you
her
wanna
and the
do.
tooth will fall out. You know what I'm saying?
She got money to get a new one, so I'm with it. Like, fuck it. Like, all right, baby, you get that next week.
So when I read the post, I mean when I put the post up on my page, it got a lot of comments. It's messed up because it's gone, but there was basically one of my friends, and I forgot his name. He agreed with what
Okay.
the lady was saying, but
What was she saying? Oh, so she was just shitting on black
she was shitting on black women.
What? And the black guy was next to it. And he was just going along with it, laughing.
He was laughing, chuckling, nodding his head. I really wish I could remember more of what she said, but it was just basically, just basically putting us all down. She talked about how black women got 6 kids by 6 different men, and how we're all on welfare and shit like that. I was just sitting in on your show, which
You sure what?
and you kind of talking about a little bit of what that was about too. And
We were talking about the EBT card. People working
I tell you what,
to get the SNAP benefits.
there is this Jewish lady who brings all 13 of her children to the pediatrician, where I go, and even though they might all be by one man, she got 13 motherfucking kids.
Right.
Now, my grandmother had 13, my dad's mother, and my mom's mom had 18. But that was back in the 40s.
Times are different.
This lady has 12 kids now. So it's not just black women who have, a bunch of kids.
Not at all. Not at all.
So I took offense to that, and I don't think I ever spent $300 on my hair. I'm just saying.
$150, nigga.
I get the Pete
Nigga,
Town
like I was able
discount.
to beat them taxes, nigga.
Exactly.
280, bitch.
Exactly.
So the question then becomes, because the show tonight is on interracial dating, what are our views on interracial dating? And we had a good discussion right before the show. Hopefully we can continue with it. I made the comment where I feel like back then, who I was before, the Kara who I was before, would have never, even though I have a half-white son, would have never entertained a white man back then.
Will you entertain one now?
Absolutely, because they're more financially stable than black men in their 30s.
So your attraction would be more of the stability.
Financial
Listen.
stability.
No. Every way around, they'll marry you. They will marry you. A white man will marry a black woman.
Okay.
Black
Okay.
men aren't marrying white women, black women, Chinese women. They're just not getting married now.
This black man
Your
married
argument
that
is falling apart.
fine-ass black woman in this photo.
Shout out to Eve and Serena Williams. They got it right. Listen, they messed with some black men in the industry that we are all very aware of.
Right.
Having...
Well, yeah, Eve Man is a billionaire.
Yeah. She did
So
good.
from Eva
She did
Salma
good.
Hayek,
She did a great job.
her husband is a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So from a financial standpoint, you would say you would pick white over black financially from that standpoint, even though there are a lot of black men out here that do have money.
Yeah, those are the ones who want fucking white women.
I don't think it's necessarily an issue about color at that point. But you got at that point in time, he may be looking for somebody who maybe be equal, meaning the black person.
Equal.
Somebody
okay, a
who
white
to be
person and a
equal.
black person will never be equal.
Why?
We are equal.
No, we're not.
Wait. Why won't
There
we
is
be equal?
no way that you can say, in every way, we're not equal.
I'm listening. What way? Be
The way we
specific.
get treated, the way we get viewed, the way we get profiled, it's not the same between a black person and a white person.
Okay, so
In that retribute, they'll never be equal.
So
Equality.
you're talking about, yes, a social view upon the person. I give you that, yes, because the social view looks down on people who are darker, and as it goes down the
Yes.
line, the worse it gets.
Yes.
Okay, I give you that point, but I'm saying as a human being there, if I make $100,000 and I can love and I can hate just like the next person, that white guy can do the same thing. Just on those things. So this is what I'm saying. If I go find that woman who I feel is equal or whatever the hell I'm looking for, you understand? If that woman is everything I'm looking for, then she'll get the ring, she'll get the portion, she'll get whatever the hell it is at that time. That person, okay, every girl I'm seeing at that time is not going to get that. May not be that. Be like, hey, we really good at sex together. That's it. Oh, hey, you really chill, but I can't see anything else past this.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
That's exactly how it is.
I
It's like
understand.
everybody you was with, you didn't marry, or you wasn't even thinking about marrying, right?
Yeah. The
You get what I'm saying? Whatever. Just the black men or any other
Well,
man? You weren't like, y'all, I
black
put a
niggas
ring on that
ain't getting shit
motherfucker.
over here. But you white cream milk,
Yeah,
baby.
exactly. You
Okay,
get
look,
it all.
got this.
Listen, I will say this. When I was younger, I had my biracial son. I
Right.
was 17, so I was not thinking about marriage at that point.
Right.
I also was lied to because he didn't tell me he was white until I was already 6 months pregnant with my son.
Okay.
So therefore, in that case, had I had known before, I wouldn't have even had sex with him. It was just not something that anybody was doing back then.
Right.
The girls that I all went to high school with that were pregnant at the same time as I was, they all had the baby father the same race they were.
Right.
I was the only one that popped up with a half breed, so it was like very
So
different.
did you have those same views back then? Meaning a white person will be better financially stable to take care of me, etc. You get those other views. Would you still have that? You didn't have any of those. You just wasn't fucking with white people.
Well, the guy that I had my first son with was the guy that I had been with first
Right.
altogether.
Right.
So I had given him my virginity.
But he told you he was Colombian.
Yes.
So were you thinking this Colombian guy is a lot better than any black guy now? You understand what I'm saying? So then when you was like, oh, I found out I'm pregnant, well, at least it's by a Colombian. Woo! Dodge the bullet, not
Well,
a nigga.
It would have been a little bit more accepted in my family, is only because of
he was a minority.
yes.
If he, but to you, not your family. This is what I'm saying. Does that 17-year-old Kara was like, wow, at least it's a Colombian knocking me up instead of a black person knocking me up. You get what I'm saying?
It would have
When
been
you putting
okay
that
if he was
Colombian
black, as long
above,
as, the worst part about it was the fact that he was white. It would
Right.
have been okay if
Right.
he was black. That would have been perfectly okay.
right?
My family would have accepted it without problem.
Okay. But you weren't thinking about that taking care of you stability
No
issue at that time.
No,
Okay.
not at that time.
That's what I'm trying to get. It was like,
No.
woo, at least he's this. Okay.
No, not at that time. Not at that time.
Okay.
I think about that now because, like when I think about the number of black men that I've been with that have wasted my time, it's made me think I should have given Roger or Steven an opportunity.
But why didn't you give him an opportunity before? If you really, so did you like Roger or Steven? When Roger or Steven stepped to you, you
Yo,
were like, you know what, you white,
listen.
but you cute, you whatever the hell, I'm physically attracted to you. Did you
Yeah.
give them? So why wouldn't you give them a chance then? If everything was free and single, you get what I'm saying? The worst thing they're gonna do is fuck it up, and you're gonna be like, well, you know what?
Well,
all the horniness is away.
My
See you
black
later.
baby daddy ran one of them away.
Okay.
He's like, yo, I'm scared. I don't deal with stuff like this. I'm leaving. And I understood.
I don't blame him.
He's a little rough around the edges.
I don't blame him.
I actually like my life. So
Yeah,
so I
exactly.
have to.
I
Can
had
you
to
meet me in
accept
my
that.
neck of the woods?
Yeah, I had to accept it. He was a really nice guy too. Like he was really nice.
That's the wonderfulness of it. That, unfortunately, when we grow up, we get a lot of things embedded into our brains.
Of course.
Don't do this, do that. And I always think the innocence of a kid is one of the greatest things you see in the world, because a kid was like, I can't play with you, saying nigga. Or and a kid like, nigga, let's go run, let's go do pull-ups, let's go get some bumps, some bruises, we're going to high five and have fun. Kids don't see the ugliness that we see.
Right.
Especially at an early age, you're like, I'm good. You know, because I was one of those, you know, I'm good with my sisters. I wouldn't even fuck with Spanish women. You know, this one chick kind of slipped in there because I thought she was black, but she wound up being something else because of her complexion. But once you start to get past a certain stage in your life and you start to experience uncomfortable, badass relationships,
right,
and you start to open your mind up. And I think that's a wonderful thing, because you're like, all right, I need something different. You know, I keep repeating the same shit over and over again and looking for a different outcome, and it's not happening.
right.
And I always say, if you're looking for a well home-cooked meal, you want something that is of a different culture than black. You know, there are not a lot of black these days. There are not a lot
like a
of black
Southern
women.
chick, then.
Somewhat. Even them motherfuckers.
I'm saying the new Southern chicks, whatever, but you want like an old Southern chick that'll cook your meal.
Gotta be
You know,
old. Why can't
because
she
of
be
old
37
chick-
and know how to cook?
Because a lot of them don't.
They don't.
Some don't.
No, I'm saying a lot of them don't. Like, you, all right.
You
have
might.
a-
It just depends who raised you.
I would say this. If you want a home cooked meal, do you want, you really want to date a Latin woman? Because no matter how old they are, they always teach their daughters to cook.
Wait, we ain't even do a microphone check. Hold on.
What's good, Craig?
A what?
So what you mad at that for?
We're talking about interracial relationships, dating. We'll get into the sexual part of it in a second, Craig.
Listen.
He's here for the sex. Like Greg was like, yeah.
Well, no, you know, Craig
pussy
trying to
at?
say we going.
Hey, Craig, baby.
We help him get through work and stuff.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Oh, thank you, Craig. He's on every single week, too.
All
He's a
right.
sweetheart. All right. So getting back to that bullshit you just said.
It's the truth.
It's not the truth. So
You're one of the no, I'm not saying that you're one of the rarities. If we take everything into a perspective, we line 10 black women up compared to 10 Latin women up. It'll be 3. If I'm being strong on the 3. Maybe 2.5 of the black women that would actually sit there and cook and make
for
sure
somebody.
dinner's on the table
I give you
by
that.
the time their man gets home, whether they're working or not. Now, in the Latin community, that's going to be 8 or 9.
I run into that a lot. I'm not
They
saying it's true.
run home,
I'm just
whether
saying
they're-
a lot.
whether
Yeah,
they're
they'll be
working
cooking
or
them a
not,
meal.
They make sure dinner's on the table for their husband.
Yo, that's because all they fucking make is salchichas and rice. I'd make that every single goddamn day.
Craig said black chicks could cook.
Right here. All they making is salchichas and rice and opening up a can of fucking Goya beans. That meal takes 5 minutes. So you know what? Yes.
All right, and
I'll give
most
y'all
black
that.
chicks, when you walk in the house, they're like, what we eating? What we ordering?
I will tell you this. Lately, I've been a little bit on my lazy side, but I have all right to be. But I will tell you this.
Craig said he's talking about these young bros. But I'm saying, like, in a culture-wise, for the continuance, the Latin women pass that down to generation. You have to make sure your husband got a good meal when he comes home from work, whether you're working or not. And the black, I said we could line them up right now, and I guarantee you they'll have every fucking menu in a 5-mile radius.
So hold on. You have daughters though, right?
I have 3 daughters, yes.
So are you teaching them to cook for their man?
Yes.
Wonderful. But that's not happening.
I'm just asking.
Let me tell you.
I'm just asking.
I even told my 8-year-old daughter the other day that she was feisty and she'd probably be the one that got bitch slapped by her man. I am fully preparing my kids.
Yeah, we're not supporting that, but goddamn, what the?
Yo, listen, she's
I don't
she's
want to get
very
an ass
like,
whooping. I get you.
and I keep telling her you can't be like that because you're gonna be the one that gets slapped in the face. But yes, I'm teaching my daughters to cook, to clean. Now I will tell you this because I grew up watching shows like The Jeffersons, Good Times, and seeing how when the man comes home from work, he had a home cooked meal in front of him, you know, and also being raised that way by my mother.
But those women didn't work.
Listen, back then, black women didn't have to work. They got to now because they got to take care of the men.
But we're talking about a completely different social and economical time. You could have 14 kids for a $500 a week paycheck, whatever the fuck it was. That was a different day and age. Now everything's different. I need 3 incomes in the motherfucking house.
You ain't lying.
You think about it. You think about it.
Live illegally
Yeah.
Leave one job, go straight to the other.
Look, every time I do that, with my girl, I don't expect her to cook. I don't care. You get what I'm saying? I'm a different guy. I don't need her to come home and cook. I'd rather you go get money. I focus on go get money. We go get a fucking maid. Or we go home. We got to eat out. We go do something. What you doing that for?
Did you say a maid?
Yeah.
If you can afford it, shit.
If you can afford it, why not? See,
if you're
tripping
working crazy hours. Like, say, if you work 15-hour days, I work 15-hour days, yeah, I don't expect you to come home and cook.
Right.
So if there's someone we can pay to cook, yeah, that's different. But I remember, like, I'll put on blast. I don't give a fuck. My son's mother, home all day. I would get home, and the first words out her mouth was, "What we eating?"
Oh, no, that's not good.
Whatever you go in that, open
She
that
wouldn't have
fucking
been home
refrigerator.
all day.
No, I didn't mind that. But take care of home. See, I always tell, that to me is a harder job than actually going out and getting a job.
Right.
Taking care of the kids, you're up, you're bathing, you're washing faces, you're wiping floors. You're doing that on a regular basis because kids get into shit.
Yeah.
That's a harder job than actually going out and getting an actually fucking job.
Exactly.
But for those who, want to sit home and not contribute and they're like, yo, what we eating? I'm going to go feed the kids. I'm going to feed myself. We're going to eat in your fucking face.
Right.
All day long. But again, like I said, in certain cultures, it's different. And unfortunately, because a lot of these black men ain't shit, and a lot of these black women are raising kids by themselves, they're not being taught a lot of things. So, of course, when you meet a certain guy who's, a little more, all right, well, this is what I'm looking for, she's not going to offer that because she wasn't taught that. And it's not saying that, it's not what she doesn't, it's not, she doesn't want to do it. She's incapable of doing it. She just doesn't know fucking how.
Well, I'll tell you what. My daughters, and my oldest daughter will be 15 on Friday. That girl knows how to do everything for herself. She better. She knows certain, like, she's 15 and knows she doesn't want to go to college because she don't think she'll ever be able to afford the expense of it. She knows that basically what causes C. If you do a B, an A and a B, this is what the C is going to be. That's how I was raised. Could they be better at cleaning up and cooking and trying to do things in the kitchen? Yes, but they'll get there.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be the point. It's a new day and age now.
You said maid before. I'm still sitting here.
So do you want them to be my maid, or do you want them to go get their own maid?
Okay,
as well?
There should be no maid in a black person's house.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
The maid
what kind of poverty level you trying to stay on?
And some fucking Lysol and clean that house.
Not when I'm making over 6 figures.
Why should
I gotta
somebody
have
else
Ola
have to
May
clean up after
come
mess
to our
that you are
motherfucking house
making?
because I'm paying them to do it.
Oh my God!
I'm paying. I'm not owning them.
Any
I'm
black
paying
people
them
out
to
there
do
have
it.
maids?
Yes, a lot. Yo, they're not that expensive. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100.
If you're on,
my mother would laugh at me if I said.
Well, no. If here's the thing.
That's because she comes from a different generation.
Right,
Your
right,
mother,
when you were taught, but
when you taught to do this.
Your mother and your mother's mother and those generations again, where the father stayed.
Exactly.
Worked and the women stayed home and take care of the house. Yeah. It's different now. Shout out to Craig. Craig says it has nothing to do with the cultures, how they were raised. We talked about that. It's different. This generation is way different. The kids are glued to their phones.
Yeah.
You go to have dinner, everybody's on the phone.
That's for damn sure.
But let's say a lot of things aren't being taught in the home. So you're running into a lot of these crazy situations where, in the beginning, we don't know what we want, but after we go through trials and tribulations, we want stability.
Yeah.
And for your situation, going through from, okay, I wouldn't have dated him if he was white. If I knew he was white, he tricked me. To now, it's like, that's all I want because I see a white man at this point in time and age being more stability set than a black man would who still wants to chill, hang on the corner, whatever situation may be.
Yep.
But there are a lot of black people that, I would say that do have businesses or that do have good jobs and that do have stability.
They might be out there. They're just not coming to me. I'm not
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. The instant just not coming
What's
to
good,
me.
Prodigy?
None of my black friends on Facebook are finding them either.
Well, look where your friends is. Y'all are in the same motherfucking space.
Craig says both of his daughters could cook and clean. But see, that's what we're talking about, Craig. Like, in the household, you're teaching your daughters to be independent. You're teaching them to be, because like me, I was raised to be more independent. Like, every relationship I've been in, women never cook. I cook because I'm much better at it, of course. But that's just the way it always worked. I was always the cook, and like I can't stand to clean, so they did the cleaning. And we had that understanding. But like Jeff talking about, I can't work 15 hours and my wife worked 15 hours, and I'm still expecting her to have the house 50.
Yeah,
that's actually a little too much. That's where it's like the whole kind of bringing it back to like the chain and whip, mail ordered bride type shit. But if we're both busy, yeah, we need a little help around the house. I have an issue with that. Now, for those women, men or women, because there are a lot of, shout out to Atlanta, when niggas are staying home and the women are working, this house better be spick and fucking span.
Shout out to me. Shit, I did that shit with Henry ass for years. I worked. I paid all the bills. Henry stayed home. He was the house bitch.
Craig, I don't do that cleaning shit, Craig.
Hey, look, man. If Henry was cleaning and that shit worked for y'all, then that's what it worked.
Henry was the house bitch.
But then that's what it worked. That was cool. But look, to go back to that point of what you were just saying, where those guys that are successful, those black men that are successful, you need to go out to be with them. Those successful dudes ain't in the fucking regular Elks Club around the corner.
Yeah, you gotta
those motherfuckers. Yeah, those motherfuckers is like, look, I got a little bit of change. Let's get the fuck over here, not to go over there. Yeah,
I'm going to Soho, nigga. I'm drinking in Soho.
Thank you.
Oh, what we
You and your
about?
girls need to scrounge up
drinking
150 and
Factory
bring
right
your
there,
ass
River
up.
Square Mall.
Shit.
Well, no, that it makes a great point. You can't.
That's all I'm saying.
Expect to find certain things, and it kills me because you have a lot of women that target hood drug dealing corn ass niggas and trying. No, you targeting them.
No, that's what
you
I'm
target
saying.
them, but you expect. No, you're not targeting them. That's what you're attracting. But I'm saying you have women that purposely target that shit and try to get them to dress up in suits and shit.
Right.
And wonder why they get that backlash.
Right.
Like
Well,
you
that's
can't
gotta
be.
be too.
You're not targeted. That's what you're running into.
Oh, that's
so
what I'm running-
what Jeff is saying is, again, you need to start looking at different
Areas,
different venues, different things where these type of people that you're actually looking for are going to be hanging out. Like you're not going to the Fourth and Patterson and thinking you're going to find a nigga that's going to support you and your family. Like that shit.
Thank you.
This nigga got baby wipes in his back pocket because he washing his balls because he hustling all day.
I can't tell you how many times I've said this to multiple women of Spanish, of black, of whatever the fuck. I'm like, yo, why you fucking with niggas from here? I said, look, I grew up around shit like this. I understand it. And a lot of those dudes do too. But that don't mean we want to stay in it. Yeah. Do you want to stay in poverty? No. Do you want to stay in it? Then why the fuck you there? Look what he said. Right around at the fucking Riverside Square Mall. Hustle your ass through there a couple of times. And then you gonna trip on a nigga and be like, oh, you pretty? Oh, well, yeah, I'm a financial bank. Oh, my God. You get what I'm saying?
Start fading shit.
Yeah, nigga, I thought you didn't exist.
Shit, nigga.
Holy moly. You get what I'm saying?
This nigga just pulled out the platinum black card.
But you have to take yourself from those areas that you're fishing in or you're around. Those people don't want to stay around there. Trust me, you get some paper and you straight up, you're going to be like, yo, nigga, we got to go. I don't give a fuck where we at.
You know what?
I'm up in Ramsey. Holla at me around by the horses. I'm stable number 7. What the fuck? Get out of here. But you think about it. You're going to start to remove yourself from out of those situations.
Yeah.
Don't go back to find people in those situations expecting them to already be out of those situations.
Yeah.
A lot of the times a lot of the situations that we sit here and we attribute or we point to as race or we point to as only black men or only white people, it's poverty.
Yeah.
And poverty and how they were raised. If you were raised in poverty, if your mother told you ain't never gonna be shit, you ain't never gonna be able to go to college.
A lot of broken
Think
homes,
about it.
Yeah.
Your little 15-year-old daughter, don't be telling her she ain't gonna be able to go to school. Tell her like, yo, you gonna get this grant, you gonna get this fucking loan.
Listen.
But I'm just saying. But bump that in her mind. Don't be like, look,
opposite.
You ain't never gonna do it. Let me teach you how to make fucking beans and rice so you can please this nigga. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, let me take you to the store to put this halter top on. Bitch. This is how you gonna survive.
No. Listen, to be honest with you, shout out to my daughter Alicia. She's beautiful, and I tell her all the time, you know, because she helps me with the modeling, and she's been of support. And you know, I tell her all the time, like, well, if you want, you know, you go take some pictures, and it's not her, you know.
Yeah, right. She's still young. She still has to find her path. Her mind and her brain is going a lot of different ways because the words she didn't use is I don't want to go to college.
Right.
The words that she's saying is she doesn't think she'll be able to afford it. So, you know, and now is the time like you're doing, okay, well, here's the grants for this. You're lefty, you're right-handed. There's grants for mixed
You a little
culture.
black girl. Oh, here we go. You a little dark
this. There are a lot of different things out there where a lot of people can go. We get not just college trade schools or stuff like that where you can educate yourself. But I want to ask this before we get into the whole sexual thing. Now, we have a black man with a white woman. And then we have a white man
on the screen.
With the black woman, right? So, is one more acceptable than others? And I give a shout out to the comedian, Former John. That's what he called BET. And he had one of the greatest jokes I ever heard in my life. He was like, you know, a lot of black men think white men are mad because they keep dating white women because they always get the fat ones. So, is it more acceptable for a white man to date a black woman than a black man to date a white woman? Because I hear a lot more backlash for a black man dating a white woman. What do you guys think about that?
All right.
Yeah, she rubbed her hands.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. As a black woman, I will say for me, it rubs me wrong to see a black man with a white woman.
You really got to break it down to us because you're a black woman who just admitted that you would prefer to be with a white man. So you got to really break that down
for stability purposes.
No, I don't care what reason it is.
Fuck that. You still, you with him.
You pick the white man over a black. Okay, break it down.
If a black woman is with a white man, I'm in support of that because I know that woman is going to be financially set and stable.
Okay.
One of the things that lady said in the video, and it's starting to come back to me, is white people know how to pay their bills.
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with that because I know more white people
most
that are
niggas on
fucked
welfare.
up.
Them niggas is more on welfare than anybody. I don't know about all that, but go ahead.
Statistics prove.
I mean, that's what that lady said.
We get you.
I do not agree with her, but I will say, and they looked kind of like a younger couple, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were a younger couple.
They weren't in my age group.
No, they were in their 20s. They were in their early 20s.
Okay, so when I think of celebrities like Serena Williams, who's married to a beautiful white guy, when I think about Eve, who's married to a billionaire white guy, I get happy for them as a black woman because I know that they're good.
Okay, so let me ask you this before you get on. What about Halle Berry, who married a white man, who divorced her, and now is getting alimony?
I mean, same thing with Janet Jackson. She had a fucking baby with one.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that compared to you have these two billionaires?
Janet's taking money from the guy. Holly's paying the guy.
Holly's paying her former white husband.
Yeah.
Where as far as all these other black
she
women,
was making more than him.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. Listen, that's what you get, Holly.
That's what you get? It ain't like, you found the wrong one, bitch. You was at the wrong store.
She was with Eric Benet, and he was the sex fiend.
Well, no.
Remember, she left Eric.
Holly never gave pussy up. And it kills him with people. No, serious. Every David Justice.
Yeah, I was about to say, everybody said that same story.
That fucked with
everybody saying a similar story.
Said the same exact thing. She doesn't give pussy up.
Yeah.
She's just this pretty woman who doesn't want to fuck.
Really?
Dead ass.
Yeah,
Every
and they said the bitch was
She
crazy.
ended up
Said
being
the same
married
thing.
to Eric Benet. Wasn't he a sex addict?
Right. And, here's the thing.
You saw he was like, all right, baby, I'm going to fuck her. I'm going to holler at you at 7.
She's this beautiful figure, sexy, nice body, nice face, educated, talented. Nigga, she should have to beat you off of her to saying no, and then you wonder why a nigga cheat on you. So from that situation, it's kind of like different from these other like Eve and Serena who have white counterparts who are very successful.
Right.
So for you're saying that's the reason it's okay because they're financially stable compared to Halle Berry, who that white man wasn't financially stable, and he took the pussy whenever the fuck he got it. He was happy with it.
Basically, he used her the same way how a lot of people get used.
But it's your white stability counterpart ideal ruined. You understand that? There you go. And now it's ruined. And you're comparing, when you say Eve wasn't the brokest, she wasn't the richest, but she was going to be all right.
Neither is Serena Williams. She got money too.
Serena was making a shitload of money and actually is worth more than her husband.
See that?
So I want you to understand. You understand? She's worth more than her husband. Mm-hmm. At this time, you're comparing women who doing this who didn't matter. They made more than the black men. Serena made more than the black men she was with. Mm-hmm. When she was with Common, when she was with what's her name, she made more than them.
Hell of a
So you got to understand. So your theory is wrong. She just was able to put herself in a different place and find the right person. I'm not saying Common's kicking old street Chicago like, yo, nigga, I'm trying to be on the back on the block, nigga. You know how to do this movie.
Yeah, he getting his papers too.
But you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, he don't fuck with white women at the world. He don't fuck with all different types of women around the world. They're just in an opportunity to find each other, and they're looking at different places.
But stability doesn't always have to mean money.
You're making it money.
You said financially.
You're making it money because
listen, and I think I also mentioned before, white men are marrying.
You did mention that, right?
But a marriage is not always stability because look at the divorce rate.
You know how many dreams have been crushed because black guys say that, knock us up and say that they're going to be
I will give you that. There are a lot of black guys who could get two shits if you married or not. And to me, I always said marriage is overrated. And yeah, I've been married and divorced, so maybe for me it's cool. But my thing is, if you have a person treating you like the queen you are, what the fuck does that piece of paper mean? I think too many times.
Do it though.
Why? What does that paper mean? If a man is treating you like the goddess that you are, what is that piece of paper? It makes shit worse. And it's happened over and over again, but women still want it. And then they wonder why this shit tanked because they keep pressuring, they keep pushing, they keep forcing, and worried about what their friends and their family are saying, but you're fucking happy.
If you're only looking for a marriage does not equate to happiness. There are many people who get married just to do it because it's one big party. Mm-hmm. And think about it. And then they go fuck your best friend. And then they go fuck whoever the fuck else and be like, bitch, what's wrong with you? You got what you wanted, right? That you like that big ass ring on your rock, right? What's the problem? The kids got my last name, right?
Race
and I'm not knocking.
Married,
but look at here. I'm not looking here. I'm not knocking, but that's not true. That's solely not true because
you have a lot of black men.
You have a lot of young black people getting married. I want to get married. You have a lot of fucking things like that. Just because the shit ain't happening to you, and I don't make you feel bad here on your own show.
Listen,
don't mean the shit ain't happening in the world.
No, again, it goes back to the situation we were saying. Look where you're looking. There are a lot of black men that want a woman that want to get married. From that other standpoint, it's reverse. It's these dudes out here with money, and they keep running into these fucking tramps who want a couple of dollars. They want to get pregnant and have a baby, Laura London, and not
have you seen Lil Wayne?
No, but you look at her. She had both one baby daddy of blood, one baby daddy crip. Both wanted to marry her. She didn't want to get married, but she wanted to have babies. She wanted that financial stability. So you have black men with money who want to be married, but they can't find the right black woman that wants that stability. Wayne wanted fucking, what was she, white, Spanish, or whatever? He had to marry something totally different.
Yeah.
So from your standpoint, the guys are doing the same thing you're doing. They're trying to find a married chick in row one who just threw her fucking drawers in your face.
Right.
You know what I mean? She got the ass, the titties. That's who they're trying to fuck with.
You have to take it out of your comfort zone sometimes. Yeah, you comfortable living, and I don't want to say in squalor or poverty all the time, but you're comfortable being around the way. Mm-hmm. But that person you may be looking for is not from around the way and doesn't hang out around the way. He may understand around the way things. You understand? He's cool with it. He can come back and chill. You bring him back and he can kick it with everybody. You know, but he is not here. He lives over there where you have to go, or he's around that area where you have to go. And until you go to X place, wherever the fuck it is, it may be something simple as New York. Take a couple trips to New York.
Fuck New York.
But I'm making an example, woman. I'm making an example, woman.
New York
I'm making an example. I'm not saying necessarily.
They ruin lives.
And you going into the boroughs, bitch. I said stay in Manhattan, man, on Wall Street. You going into the boroughs. And nobody say go to Brooklyn. Nobody say go to Brooklyn. But here's the deal.
Real quick before you, shout out to Prodigy, because she does make a good point.
Hey, Prodigy.
She was saying some people feel like it kind of insults your mother. She's black, and you're a black man with a white woman.
Yes. You see? Listen, Prodigy, I don't know if you were watching it, but I was talking about Anthony. Now, I've had this. She knows.
Slow down days. Look at that.
She pissed this shit.
Off street.
That's my son. That's my son's name. And she knows who my son is.
Yeah, but you wasn't talking about you. We was talking about. You gave the nigga middle name and social security nigga about 1, 2, 3.
Yo, you know what? My son's name is Anthony, and I've had conversations
Cleaned
with
it
him.
up real good.
Yeah, exactly.
In regards to him bringing home a white woman. And she has been involved in some of our conversations as being somebody who's been in my life for over 30 years. She can vouch for me. Anthony will just never do that. You know, it is.
What you embedded,
it would be a disrespect to
all right, look at it from this standpoint. Look how many white parents tell their white daughters, never a black man, never a black man. And guess what the fuck they bring home?
A black man. Yo, I just don't think my son would do it. My son look white. You know,
I understand what you're saying, but unfortunately, because just like when someone tells you not to do something a long time ago, you're going to try it out just because they told you not to do it. And then that actually wound up being a person that actually gives two shits about you. Good morning. They spell the whole shit out. How you doing? How's your day?
Yeah, you know.
They actually start to...
He said he spelled it out.
Hey, you know how some people...
Everybody gets spelled...
Jim, what the fuck? Those other words, I ain't used to those. I can't get those other letters.
Yeah, you sound like me now.
I put in shit, you get...
I do that shit like, motherfucker, I can't get... Yo, you sent me an emoji yesterday. Why you didn't send me
you
an
get
emoji?
K. I can't get okay. Nigga, I'm talking about the real okay with the AY, nigga, not the...
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It goes into it. But I get into it when I walk around with Michelle. And we walk around a crowd of black women. She'll get the look.
Michelle looks Spanish though.
But she could pass for a lot of different things.
Until she talk.
But she starts talking, you know she not Spanish at all. But like we're walking and we run into a bunch of black women. I get the look. Or, you know, white men. I get the look.
I'd give you the look too.
You know what I mean?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So
she ain't lying. Look at this nigga.
Yeah, real talk.
I don't even know this nigga. Hey, nigga, hey.
Because she loves going to the spot River Square. Now River Square is an up your ass mall or whatever. But I go there because that's what she likes. You know, we have some drinks, we enjoy ourselves. And, you know, I get the look, but a lot don't say because I always have the look, I wish you fucking would on my face. So for those who don't know me, but those who know me, but for those who don't know me, I always got that I wish you fucking would face look on my face. So, you know, we go through it. And we deal with a lot of that kind of situation.
Right.
Where you get the licks, you get the look, and then you get the words and this and that. And sometimes it never bothers me because I could give two shits. You know, it's me. You don't have to like it. If you don't like it, then don't date someone of that notion of that. But to me, I think it bothers way more women for a black man to date a white woman, whether she's attractive or not. Yeah.
My white baby's father told me that black men dated white women because they couldn't sexually please a black woman with what they have.
Now
he could come hang around a
that's
wrong
yeah.
black men. There are a lot more black men with big ass dicks than white men. All up and down. I don't know what to tell you about that one.
I don't even feel. You know what? I take what I said back earlier. I don't feel bad because when I see it, I'm thinking to myself, you can have that little dick black man. My opinion.
But that may not always be the case.
She always taking shots at
yeah. That. Yeah.
I'm always taking shot.
That may not necessarily be the case. You know, you got to realize, all right, beyond sex, if you're spending time with somebody and you're doing out places with somebody and to be involved in that relationship or bringing a relationship, then there's something else there that you're getting from that person. right? You like that. You like being around them, not just fucking, because you can fucking leave, right or wrong.
Right.
You can fucking leave. You can nut and bounce. You like being around them. You like telling them things. If you're telling them things, you like investing time, emotions, and anything the fuck else that you're investing with that person to make it a relationship. Mm-hmm. So if I'm staying with that white girl for that time, it's not because my dick is micro and you get what I'm saying? And it's like, you look, she's loving a micro dick. No, because at the end of the day, she's going to be like, let me find a bigger dick black guy or a bigger dick person. You get what I'm saying? And just to satisfy myself.
Let me ask you this. Napoleon Dynamite. Y'all seen that movie?
I've seen it.
Okay, the brother Chuck ended up with the big black chick LaFonda.
Yes.
Okay. Now you see how they played that as a joke. You got a little scrawny white guy with a bigger, more voluptuous black woman. Have you ever seen that seriously and thought to yourself, that fucking white man cannot handle that black bitch right there?
I never said that. I always say this.
I've never said that.
Because we've had the conversation on Chicks and Flicks. Big or small dick don't mean good sex.
That's
Exactly.
true.
It's about the individual knowing what they're doing, how they're doing it. A lot of dudes just whip it out and think, all right, you're going to be satisfied. And the bitch is like, nah, I'm good. And just like from the others, like you see a chick with a fat ass, titties, super cool lips. And after you finish, it's like, yo, I just wasted my fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, I dated this one Jamaican girl. And, you know, she was whining, she was doing... I'm like, this girl's gonna ride the shit out of my dick. Worst pussy I ever had in my motherfucking life.
Ooh, shout out to the Jamaicans.
You doing that without a dick in you, doing it with a dick in you is totally fucking different. So, from a sexual stage, because we're there...
That's true.
Is it different for black and white? You've dated both sides. Yeah. For you, your personal opinion... would you pick one or the other? Does one do one thing better than the other? Put it out there.
Go ahead, finish.
You gave my nigga social security number.
Yeah, exactly.
Out, you know what I mean? That nigga lives at 123 driveway.
I thought you was about to say my address. It's 125. But...
Oh, yeah. Now she really giving shit out. Yeah, niggas.
I will say this. No. There really isn't anything that I feel like one does better than the other.
Exactly.
No.
So let me ask you this.
It's all personal.
When you were with your baby father, who happens to be white compared to the other, did he care for your needs more? Or the Spanish gentleman that you dealt with, was he more cared about your needs? Or, I mean, as far as like foreplay, because I thought you always think foreplay is the best part of sex, leading up, the caring of it. Is there any difference? Or it was all kind of similar?
I will say this, because the white guy was the first one, I was really inexperienced. But I will say, from a caring perspective, I would say that I got the most care from the Puerto Rican one, the Spanish one. Like he was more about family and love and caring. You know, like that was more of his, way more than the black dude.
Right.
Okay.
So because of the caring, did that make your sexual encounter better?
His sex sucked because his penis was little.
What? Not my Puerto Rican brother. No. Don't tell me he was a dark Puerto Rican too, because fuck it up.
He was a very light Puerto Rican.
He was a white. He was a Spaniard.
We got with this gentleman.
I had 3 with him.
3. How long was you with this gentleman?
9 years.
Well, his dick wasn't that little.
Yeah, that's what I'm
something
saying.
got through.
So this is what I understand.
It was more than sex with him. Like with Jason, I had a like.
Damn, governments and shit. I hope y'all niggas ain't fuck with Kate. Well,
they gonna be knocking on the door. Yo, nigga, stop getting my shit out.
Come and look. I'm about to announce this for him. Whole picture and everything. Like boom.
All right, no
right
wrong
on the screen. But I will say this with Jason. It was more than the sex with us. He happened to have been very, very good at oral. So that kept me around for 9 years. I only started cheating on him like 6 years into the relationship.
Hold on.
Nigga.
Y'all were together 9.
Nigga, too bad.
You was faithful. So
that was good for 6.
Was it one time he didn't want to lick that you was like, all right, I need to... What happened in between that was like, all right, I need more or I need a bigger what happened from there.
What made that happen?
Because he was satisfying you.
Yeah.
All right, you had kids with him.
Yeah.
You were happy.
So what happened?
What happened that, all right,
on that
now,
6 year.
that's not good enough for me. Yeah, in that 6 years.
I missed the way the dick felt going all the way up. If that
It took 6 years for you to miss that?
And you told him this.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, we're going to make it work for the next 3 years.
He did. He tried, but I started getting fucked good by other people, so.
But see that whole thing there, that's where it comes out of a thing. Because let's say on that 6 year, you found Mr. Colombian, white Colombian, right? Let's say you found Mr. White Colombian. We're not going to call him white. And he was like a 10-inch monster. You get what I'm saying? And he started digging you down.
Okay.
And then he hit you with the old shit. The old boy there, well, I'm actually European, just so you know. You get what I'm saying? And now you like, fuck, he hit my heartstrings. You get what I'm saying? You see how it can easily happen? Everything is individualized.
Listen.
But everything is individualized. It's never a white thing, a black thing, a this thing, a that thing.
Right.
It's like, look, 12 years ago, I was with some crazy looking Dominican chick. We wasn't together. It would just happen one night, but the pussy was whack. Pussy was whack. I was about to give up on Latin chicks. I was like, that's it. Then I met Dez. Yeah.
It was like, damn.
And then I met Dez, and she's Puerto Rican, but whatever the fuck it was, it's different. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, my Lord, nigga. I was like, I could have jerked off better than you.
You start looking at Latin women like,
thank you. No, thank you.
I mean, but that's kind of how I feel now about black men.
That is exactly how you've been saying about a black man. You've been, it's like, oh, look, they're only good for dick, but they suck at everything else. But then you gotta compartmentalize everything. How was this black guy raised? Are both his parents there? How does he care for this stuff? Does he want to be in the family? All that shit matters. If it's something you're looking at, because you're looking at the wrong ones, man.
No, you're in areas where it's more fun. I just want to fuck.
Right.
The moment you start talking about that home shit, you're turning me off, or you're gonna get this and that. Where as far as, again, you start targeting other areas where people are all up more about home and upbringing and keeping things together, you're targeting a different area. For me, it's more lines of to me, black women use the word no too much for me. I don't think the word no belongs in the fucking bedroom under any motherfucking circumstances. You know what I mean? And you hear a lot like, black women, they don't want their hair pulled. It's this and that. Wait, hold on.
You better not pull my motherfucking hair.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I want
to come off.
But there's a lot of things I want to do, or like I don't think it belongs. And I think more of different cultures are more set out to actually please their men than black women. That's just me. That's just me.
I get it. I can understand that.
Okay. I don't agree, but I really don't agree.
Well, I can say, there are some, but it's my experience and things I did. I've had some freaky ass women. You know what I mean? I have issues, so any woman I fuck with is going to be on a freaky level. But it's just more lines of, I'm not saying this was better than that was better as far as physically, sexually. But, when I first started dating Michelle, it's new. It's a new experience. She was raised different.
Right.
What can be done, what can't be done. But I don't really care about, what her family feels, what my family feels, or how people view us when we're out and about. Mm-hmm. It's about me and how I feel. I think at the end of the day, if we start teaching our kids about being truly happy, date someone that makes you feel special.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it shouldn't matter, Indian or whatever it is. That's what we should be. I think a lot of times we take our true happiness away from our kids by telling them not to date that person just because. And it's not a good reason. Don't date that person because they're going to take your money. They're going to steal. She got herpes or whatever the situation may be. Or, that dude he's a domestic violence. He beats women. And you're telling them not to date that person just because of the color of their skin.
My son has never been with a black girl. Never. Not ever. All I have ever met my son to have brought home were Spanish girls.
Right.
Never has he brought home a black girl. Never has he brought home a white girl.
Well, it's just like me when you experience, like, you know, my cousin, he's an older guy. Mm-hmm. You know, he's from the South. He's never experienced a Puerto Rican girl until he came to the Bronx, and that's all he fucks with now. Like, he won't even if you ain't saying meter, he ain't even looking your way. You could be a Holly Berry, that nigga looking past you. But soon as that accent come out and that swag or whatever, because he never experienced that before, he's all over it.
Right. No, I get it. It's something you never experienced. There weren't a lot of Asian people besides the Filipinos.
Craig said I've been dating the wrong black. No, I'm just saying I've dated a lot of good black women. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, from the whole experience, where there's a lot of these days what I've ran into, and I'm just talking about from my experience, Craig, because again I am mentally challenged. If a woman tells me no, I put my fucking pants on.
Ooh, spoiled brat.
I put my fucking pants on, and that's just me. I don't play that shit, you know, because I'm like anybody knows me. They know I'm upfront and I'm honest about any and everything about me, being sexually assaulted, my lifestyle, my criminal background. I've always been open and honest with everybody about everything about me. So for someone who knows something about me, and then when it comes time to do what needs to be done, it's more like, well, you know, I'm not really comfortable, then you're not fucking with me.
I get it.
I want rusty trombones. I want all that fucking shit.
But you know what? But you laugh. But it's what you went through in year 6.
Yeah.
You was like, oh shit, I wanted a longer dick. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got tired. So he was gonna go through his 6 years and be like, well, I want a rusty trombone. Let me go find that bitch. Hey, Stacy. Whatever the fuck it is. You get what I'm saying? And unless you cool with Stacy giving him a rusty trombone every week, what the fuck? You get what I'm saying? That's it.
You deal with it as long like I dealt with a lot of different things, and you know, just because you have an orgasm or you nut don't mean you're sexually satisfied.
Right.
True.
You know, there's a lot of things that you want and you need into it. You know, that you know, when you come home, you walk through the door, next thing you know, your pants is off.
It's the intimacy.
You know what I mean? It's that rage and that goodness being thrown against the wall. I have issues, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that shit, and like, that's the kind of stuff that heightens and makes things better compared to, I was dating a girl who only wanted to have sex in a missionary position.
Yeah.
And this bitch was beautiful, with one of the best bodies I've ever seen in my life.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What race was she?
She was black. The one that only wanted a missionary.
Look at your face. Look at your
No, as I'm saying, so like, again, it's the household, and
yes,
it took for me to deal with a lot of different situations to start looking at, asking about past relationships, asking about their relationships with their parents. Because you gotta remember, and I will say this: if you find,
said, what the fuck?
What does a relationship with your parent have to do with you
I'ma
wanting to just lay on your back?
No, it is because she wasn't taught by her mother how to properly satisfy her man.
Me neither. That's not no conversation.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you found it. You found out how to.
No,
But
my mother.
There are a lot of women out there who
Yeah.
look at these Jewish women and these Latin women and these Arabic women.
That shit went
and
left
women
real
who
quick.
teach their daughters how to satisfy their men.
Oh, fuck that. I teach my 15-year-old how to satisfy her man by teaching her that dinner needs to be made, kitchen needs to be cooked, bathroom needs to be clean, shit like that.
Craig says he teaches kids to date whoever they want, but he also goes on to say he only dates black chicks.
Hey.
And Prodigy, OMG, and she laughing. I know it's at me, but
Listen, those are the things your mother teaches you. I mean, my mother
well,
taught
just like a father teaches his son how to please a woman, how to you got to have that conversation. You don't want your kids being unprepared.
It's a lot of conversations sons will have with. I mean, sons. Fathers will have with their sons.
He's always like he's never had a conversation like that with his father.
He's not at
always
that,
that you
not
know
at that
of.
comfort level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're more. But that's what I'm saying. He's not comfortable with the idea of bringing, and you have to be comfortable with the person.
Okay.
You know, you have to have that great bond with the child to where that person's able, like we talked about with the LaShonda case, unfortunately the 17-year-old that was killed by the 28 man.
Yeah.
The fact that nobody in that family saw her with all those bumps and bruises and stepped in.
Right.
So what I'm saying, it starts at the home. If you're taught that greatness, that bond, what's going on with you today? How was your day? You start that togetherness.
And sometimes it's not only being necessarily told that or taught that, it's what you see. If you see your father do it, if you see your mother do it,
go upside,
you get what I'm saying? Right. Or things like that. Look,
I knew in the household.
I knew, possible, but I knew, from a certain way, talking and speaking to my father, it was like, all right, he grew up that way, you have multiple women. He would always tell me, you get what I'm saying? Yo, as long as you don't leave home, you take care of your business, you can have multiple women.
I like the polygamy thing.
This is what I'm saying. All right, but then listen. Is that what you're teaching to your kids as well?
No, I only just started liking it like 2 weeks ago.
Craig said you
2 weeks ago.
You teach your mate how to please you. All right, Craig, I say it from this way. Let's say, for instance, there's something that you like, that the woman, like, even, let's go to something simple as having your dick sucked. And you're dating a woman that don't want to suck dick. So there's no reason.
That shit show.
There's no
Please,
reason,
let me tell you, that shit show.
There's nothing you can teach that woman when she doesn't like it. And if she does do it, she's going to do a fucked up job, so you don't have to ask her to do it again. I'm the fucked up one. You can be down there 3 hours.
Fucked up jobs.
You can be down there for 3 hours. You're gonna eventually get it right because you want to get off of it. So that's my thinking. But that's what I said. Like, you're dating a woman who likes to do the things you want to do. So yes, you're gonna have that conversation about, you like this. How you want me to do it? That is
a big make or break it in the.
Craig said get a drug.
But that's a big make or break it in a relationship. When you think about it, look, we'll go back to this thing. A girl sucking dick. It's like a big difference between a girl who is very interested in sucking a dick and gets off on it than the one who's just doing it like, oh, it's your birthday, la da 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 da, what the fuck ever. But think about it.
Then when a nigga
my nigga.
And that's the other one's nigga right here. No, right here.
It's gotta be. Listen,
it's a huge difference.
Go in the mouth. It has to.
It's a big difference, but it's a big difference in enthusiasm the way it's done.
Yeah, you're more turned on by a woman who actually wants to please you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Head best coming from white or black? Or
best head I've ever had was.
I want to know.
No, I'm saying the best head I've ever had. There's a stereotype
that white women give better head than black women.
No, best head I ever had was by a black girl.
Okay.
I can say this.
No, actually, she was mixed. She was light as shit.
I can say this. I can say this. I can't say as far as best head I had was from a white girl, but I will say the easiest head to give because they were quick to suck a dick. Like, it was automatically there. It wasn't like, yo, come on. It was automatic. It was
give y'all white girls that.
It was like, yo, it was already down.
Y'all can have an easy white girl.
I think that's what I don't. Yo, I always think that's what the rumor was about because I remember back when I left the high school to college. That's when I had a few whiteys and my grandmother rolling over in her grave to this moment. But they was down. That wasn't even a question. Like, yo, you suck. I was like, oh.
And loved it.
And shit! Let me take my other off, bitch. Oh my goodness. Sucking it through the hole? Yeah. I think they went through the fucking, the Haynes sign, nigga.
It's nothing like having little frogs and boxes stick to your dick because it's sticky.
Yeah, you know what? I can't.
I remember having a bad day and I was dating this Spanish chick on the job. She's like, for lunch, come find me. That bitch took me to the car. But she purposely did it, though. Shout out to her. She put that Hershey's Kiss bar in the window to let it melt. She pulled my pants down, put all that shit right down there, sucked it dry. Nigga, I was pulling Hershey's stick, shit the rest of the day. But I was a sticky, happy motherfucker.
You know the Hershey's. But
Craig says real quick, he says, if you put it on a woman the right way, she wants to please you. Craig, you ain't as fucked up in the head as me. I want some freaky ass shit.
Yeah.
If a woman ain't into it, like I said, a woman to suck your dick, but not every woman gonna suck your ass.
Oh yeah.
So it's different shit out there, but I understand what you're saying.
It's a different thing. I believe all these rumors started from confusion of it because.
No, it was different.
Nah, I mean, like, because
dudes experience what you experience.
Yeah.
Like most white women and most black, like
they
white
were more
and black
quick
you don't see somebody, like especially white women, they don't see a black man till they go to college. Most of these girls coming from these Western areas, whatever, they never seen a black person in person till they go in college. And unfortunately, you keep hearing black man, black dick, big dick.
Right. So they tempted to go. Right, they tempted to go with it.
Stay away. I want to see. I love sucking dick. Let me see if I can put it all in my mouth.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that's what your white girls be thinking?
What you doing? But the black girls do the same thing to the white guys in college too.
Yeah.
Let me try out little Dick Johnny.
As big as this. So
Oh my God, they've been lying. Whatever.
Like, hold on, this nigga got a big dick and money.
Yeah.
Just like you hear the stereotype, like white girls give better head than black girls.
You right.
There's a stereotype that white men eat better pussy than black men.
Of course, and people go try it.
He over there looking his finger.
Like, if I got a toothpick, I got it.
Oh Jesus!
I love it when they rob my face. Oh no!
Right, but look, a lot of these stereotypes should definitely be put aside. This interracial shit, because it goes on individuals.
Yeah.
The person, the individuals, the things, the stuff here, and that's where we all fall apart from because we all had opposite stories. You get what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you.
You can't go with the little dick person because you never complained about the white guy once you found out he was white about the little dick. Like, well, he did have a little dick. Man, I knew he wasn't Colombian. You never said that in one of your stories. No. But you get what I'm trying to say? So now it's like, well, that box is wrong.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So whether you liked it or not, you never know what the hell the other side is going to bring. It may be better for you. It may be the one.
Right.
I'll be honest, you may be like, look, I never liked Asian people, but then I found Mr. Lee and motherfucker, I fell in love. You know what I mean?
They put me in a fucking pretzel, nigga. And that nigga cracked my back while he was at it. Yeah. Gave me a prescription and shit. I'm good. Yeah. I'll say this or bring it home. I say this. Stop worrying about what other people feel. And if you were raised a particular way, that's the way you were raised. And if you are at a point in your life where you will not change, that's totally understandable. But do not hate on someone else who doesn't believe in the same values you believe in and is fucking happy as shit. Find something that works for you and become happy. I tell people all the time, misery loves company.
Yeah.
Misery loves company, and there are a lot of people out here who aren't with people they want to be with for whatever reason. They ran across someone that actually probably wanted to treat them like the king and the queen they are, no matter what their race and creed are. Yeah. But because that person was of a different culture, they didn't want to take that step with them. And that person would have treated you good as shit.
I blocked too many blessings. I feel sorry for that. I'll be the first to admit it. I wish I could find Keith. If I could find
Keith. Just dropping names.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Namatin put this shit to
Keith
name
Jackson on Fifth Ave, please.
He was a white boy.
Keith Brosworth, you know what I'm saying?
Anybody knows Keith who used to work at Holy Name Hospital?
Look at you, nigga. Oh, my God, woman.
White from Edgewater. Oh.
What department he used to work in?
Look at that. Holy Name Hospital.
What department he used to work in?
In the kitchen.
I think I know him. All right, but you know.
Do you know Keith?
Nah, I'm just fucking with your face. I had to get her, y'all. I had to get her, boy. She was going in.
She was like, story over there. Give me his number.
God,
Give me his number.
Date ever, but,
you know, be happy. You'll be amazed if you give something a try. You might actually like it.
Yep.
And it's about you. Again, misery loves company. Not everybody wants to see you happy. I always tell you, you know, if you have a friend, you go out with your friend, and your friend knows you're in a wonderful relationship, and that person is the first person trying to introduce you to someone, that is not a fucking friend.
That's true.
They want you to be as miserable as them, and they might want the motherfucker you with.
That's true.
Definitely be careful and look out. So, in my opinion, I don't think race is an issue. It's all about who's going to make someone happy overall.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. I don't have anything else to say. I'm sorry if I made anybody look or make myself sound racist or anything.
No, you're not racist. And that's why I tell people, like, you know, the only color to me, and we always talk about this, Jeff, only color that matters is green. And we talk about, oh, you know, no, we don't like this one, we don't like that one. If I was worth $1 billion, I could walk anywhere and probably slap Donald Trump white daughter on the ass, and that nigga be cool with it because he could financially benefit from me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's all that truly matters at the end of the day. But I will tell, like Jeff hit on the head again before we get out of here, if you go into certain places and you can't find someone, switch them up.
Switch up the place, man.
Switch them up.
Maybe I'll try something different.
Switch
You
them
got
up.
to. You got to.
All right.
And you see your results, man. You're going to see them results. We're like, wow.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Truth, for participating tonight. Jeff, for being here. I appreciate it. Next week, we're talking about ways to spicing up your sex life in your marriage. Like,
Suck dick. Best way.
For our couples that have been together for a long time, or our married couples, let me give you ideas on ways to spicing things up so that way, you can stay together and be happier longer. Thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's issue of Girl Talk with Goddess. We'll see you next week. Bye.